Hello. So great. Sorry about yesterday. I was dragging something across, the whole thing froze. I had to close down the stream, start again. So those of you who couldn't find it again, I'm really sorry. Those of you who found it because it popped up, amazing. Those of you who went onto Facebook, amazing. So yeah, the glitch of live TV. So 3 weeks of growing. How are you feeling in your body after 3 weeks of these movements? I know my body is really changing in the vertical axis. I'm having a different sense of how my neck and torso connect, how my rib cage moves, and just generally walking actually in my life has really changed. There's this rotational core movement that feels a lot cleaner and clearer in my body. So come, let's move. So light your candle. I forgot about that. Setting your intention for grow, feeling how your squat is doing as you rest here. Has it changed in the 3 weeks that we've been squatting to light our candle? Nice, come. So find a wall or the side of a door or something like that, just something you can put your hand on. So bring your left hand to the wall. And then from here, just turn and place your right hand above the left hand on the wall. So you're turning your chest towards the wall and you're touching the wall. And then as you swing back, do the pendulum elbow. So pendulum elbow is where your elbow drops down and back behind you. And then sweep towards the wall, touch the wall, and release the wall. Bring your elbow back into pendulum. So my left hand touches the wall as I reach up. My left hand comes off the wall as I pendulum back. So reach, both hands on the wall, both hands off as you pendulum back. Reach, and then pendulum back. I love that word, pendulum. So bring your right hand up and then drop your head down and very slowly lean your hips a little bit away from the wall and then back up to neutral. Go slowly. This is really deep and beautiful work into the spine, into the rib cage. Leaning and back. Correct. To bring your elbow down to your side. This time you're just going to go straight towards the left. So over the top of your head, towards the wall. Lean away from the wall with your hips. And then pull your elbow down beside you. Lean towards the wall with your hips. Arm towards the wall. Lean away. Elbow towards the floor. Lean towards. Just feel that your body is now the pendulum. I just wanted to say the word again. So leaning and leaning. Super. Come to center. Lift your right knee up and then swing it back behind you. Be careful what's behind you. Lift it up and swing it back. Feel the extension of your leg as you do this. Reach through your toes. Really straighten your leg. Reach. So we're going to do the reaching up towards the wall and the stretching back of our leg at the same time. So leg goes back, hand goes up on the wall. Elbow bends, knee bends. Foot back, hand up. Elbow bends, knee bends. Hand up, foot back. Last time, elbow bends, knee bends. Cool, other side. So right hand to the wall. Start by turning towards the wall and touch the wall with your left hand. And then release the wall, pendulum your elbow back. Hand to the wall, reach up. Drop your elbow, pendulum back. It's kind of like lawnmower, but it has a bit more of a swing. Hand up, pendulum, hand up, and then really slowly lean your hips away from the wall and then back to neutral. Just really here, you're not forcing your spine. It was a question we were talking about in Zoom last night. What is the difference between reaching a little bit further into your range and discovering new ability, or forcing your body into a place that's uncomfortable? And usually it's the sensations afterwards, actually, that you know it. So also there is a kind of a resistance in the body if you're pushing too hard. So notice that. Come back to center. So now your hand goes straight up and over. So right hand is on the wall. Left hand goes towards the wall. Hips move away. Elbow comes down. Hip moves towards. Pendulum your hips. Let's feel that. Hips move away. Hand moves towards. Hip moves towards. Elbow moves down. One more time. Hand over. Hips away. Nice. Lift the left foot up and then swing the left leg back. Left knee up. Left leg back. Feel the opening through the leg as you really glide it back up onto the toes. Leg is straightening. Nice. We're going to do the two together now. So as your leg reaches back, bring your left hand towards the wall. As your knee comes forward, draw your elbow back. So leg goes back, hand goes up, elbow comes up, knee bends, elbow bends. So reach everything, bend everything. Reach everything and bend everything. So cool. Hands to your hips and just roll. How's that relationship between your legs, your torso, and your hips doing there at the moment, all the way up through the rib cage? What a great way to start a practice. Nice. Come all the way to the front of your mat. Standing tall. Reach your arms wide, bring your palms together, reaching up and looking up. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead down towards your knees. Hands to your shins. Lift your chest and look forward. Hands to the floor, step your right foot back. Pausing there, wiggle your toes, wiggle your eyebrows. Notice the expression on your face, soften it. Deepen into your breath, be in your whole body. Now step back into a plank. Drop your knees down, lower your belly all the way down. Bring right elbow underneath your shoulder, left elbow underneath your shoulder. Interlock your fingers and rise. So this evening at 9:30, today is the 21st of April, I'm teaching a class on the Somatic Summit. It's really amazing. Oh my God, how did that happen? So bring your right hand to the side, look way over down the beach. So if you want more information, there'll be a link in the show notes. Bring your elbow down and then over towards the left, looking way down the beach. Both elbows to the floor, push back. Hands to the floor and just come into your cat pose, rounding and arching. Hear your spine as you move, rounding, arching. One more time. Rounding, arching. Nice. Reach your right hand forward and drop your armpit down in the direction of the floor. Just create length by pulling back through your hips, feeling a sense of traction through the rib cage, through the waist. Breathing into it. Nice. Rising up. Bring your right hand over towards the right. Go look for that remote control under the couch. Feeling it. Come back up. And glide your right hand under your left armpit and bring your shoulder down towards the floor. And just feel that delicious spiral in your spine and create space between your shoulder blades by pushing your right shoulder into the floor and just feeling that widening. Create space in the neck and shoulders. Coming all the way back up. Reach the right hand back towards the right foot. Just feel that, holding it. Nice, come back. Left side. Actually, push back a moment into your downward dog. Have a bit of a wiggle. It's been a while since we've had a wiggle in a downward dog, so have a wiggle. Lengthening through your legs, bending through your knees. Lengthening through your legs. And as you bend your right knee, drop your bum down on the right. And as you bend your left knee, drop your bum down on the left. Nice. Drop both knees to the floor. And then left hand goes forward and drop your armpit down. Just hearing that, breathing into it. Again, don't force it. Why would you do that? So meet your body as it is today in wellness. Come all the way back up, over towards the left. Reach underneath the couch. How do you keep yourself well in your day? And then all the way over towards the right. So you can make smaller and smaller movements and not move at all and restrict your body. That's one way of keeping safe. Not the option I've chosen. There's another way, which is that I don't even know. So for me, the option is that I listen and I hear the moments when my body's going, no, that's enough now. And I go, oh, okay, that's so interesting. Come all the way back up. Reach your left hand back, hold on to your left foot. Pausing there. Nice, come all the way back, both hands to the floor. And from here, push back into your downward dog. Just lengthening back. Cool, we're gonna do Kung Fu Bunny from here. So bend your right knee, lift your right knee out to the side, and then slowly kick your leg out to the side. Bend your knee. This puts a lot of pressure on the left shoulder, so just be careful. Bring your right knee out to the side, kick, bend your knee and bring it down. Nice, walk your feet forward towards the front of your mat. Bend your knees, slowly rounding up. Reach your arms wide, bring your palms together, reaching up, looking up. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lift your chest and look forward. Hands to the floor, step your left foot back and just pause there. Wiggle your eyebrows, soften your face. Be in your feet, feel the length of your spine. What's your breath doing? Step back, plank pose. Knees to the floor, belly all the way down. Nice, elbows to the floor and rise. Feel the length of your body as you lift. Nice. Drop your head, tuck your toes, lift your belly off the floor. And drop your belly, lift your chest, rise. Drop your head, tuck your toes, lift your belly. And drop your belly, lift your head, lift your toes. Again, drop your head, lift your belly, tuck your toes. Pause there. Nice, dropping all the way down. Bring your right hand over to the side. Look way down the beach to the right. Where is that ice cream? All the way down. And then check the other side. All the way down. Great. Push back into your cat. Push back into your downward dog. Have a bit of a wiggle. And just feel the yum. That sense of the deep of your spine, the deep of your legs, the way you're connected. How do you create more connection? By feeling the elastic, stretchy bits of you. Nice. Kung Fu Bunny to the side. Bend your left knee. Bring your knee out to the side. And then kick your left leg out to the side. Bend your knee. Bring it down. Bend your knee. Bring it out to the side. Kick your leg. And all the way down. Super. Walk forward to the middle of your mat. Just pause there in a forward fold. Nice. Elbows to your knees. And rolling all the way up, come up to stand. Standing tall, and just feel that, the length through the top of your head, the rise through you. Cool. Forward to the front of your mat. Or you don't even have to be on the front. We're going to do the balancing bit. So you can have your left hand on the wall if you wish. So swing your right foot in front and then your right foot behind. You can have your hand on the wall, or you can begin to swing your chest opposite to your leg. So as your right leg goes forward, your right shoulder goes back. And as your right shoulder goes back, your right leg goes forward. So you're doing opposites. Just feel that. Opposite, opposite. You're spiraling through the core, through the whole of your body. Nice. Back to center. Other side. Left leg, either holding onto the wall with your right hand or begin to sway or swing your torso into a rotational core as your left leg goes forward, your left shoulder goes back, and your right elbow comes forward. So it's like right elbow, left leg forward, left elbow, right leg forward. So they mirror every time. It's the walking action in our body. These are called functional patterns. If you were a footballer, this would be a really strong, because it's the kick action in our body. Come all the way back to center. So tree. Pause for a moment, find your center. We were moving a lot there. You can have your hand on the wall, left hand on the wall, and bring all your weight into your left foot. Bring your toes to touch the floor. Bring your toes to float with your knee out to the side. That's already amazing. Or bring your foot a little bit up your leg. Maybe reach down and bring your heel into your thigh. Palms together, and then maybe reaching up, or just reach your right hand up, left hand's on the wall. I remember years ago, I had this amazing teacher. And on the tea break, I think I was 22 or something, and I was in this class with all these yoga teachers. I was in there because I was very flexible, and they kind of said, yeah, you can come along, Ciara. And then, so the teacher in the tea break was standing in a tree pose drinking tea, and I thought it was the wildest thing I had ever seen. I just blew my mind. It was like, that's so cool. And then yesterday, somebody texted me to say that they were brushing their teeth in tree pose. Amazing. The Maasai stand in not in their trees, stand in their fields and balance like this. Usually they have a stick that they're leaning on as well, but they stand only on one leg to give the other one a rest. It's a change. So bend your left knee, toe to the floor, or slowly walk your foot up, or hold on to your ankle and push it in. Balance is a really dynamic place. There's not much stillness about balance. There is this internal sense of an attitude of clear and strong and focused, which feels like stillness. But your body is pretty dynamic. You just find that. Feel the focus and the dynamic kind of clarity that you hold in the midst of the movement. Really embody that sense of the earth beneath you, the reaching and growing. A sense of steady. Nice. And releasing all the way down. Just relax through your right ankle. Toes are on the floor, ball of your foot's on the floor. And then roll in the other direction. Roll out through your right leg. And then in the other direction. So the sunrise was glorious here this morning. Oh my God, it was amazing. So around 20 to 6, the birds, just the cacophony of sound. Come sit on the floor. Bring your feet really wide. Excuse me, we're going to just dive. So reach down the left leg with the right arm. Again, we're moving into the back of the ribs. Right leg with the left arm. As always, I have a soundtrack. And so the sunrise at 20 to 6. The sunrise is moving more and more towards the east here. It's moving more and more towards my Cullen, is what we say. And it's just so beautiful. The sky was deeply orange and this black and purple. And then the birds were like, oh my God, they were amazing. I'm all the way back to center. And then the actual sunrise was this like bright orange light that lit up the trees over here. And the sunrise is over there. Bring the soles of your feet together, sitting up tall. And just know that in the midst of all the different elements of life in this moment, that you're turning up and practicing. You're choosing to resource and be well. And the self-care option isn't the easiest option. I read that this morning and it just blew my mind. It's not easy turning up to yoga in the way that there's other things that are easier to do, like not doing yoga. And so yeah, you're making that hard choice, you're turning up, and then after a while it starts to become automatic. It's a given in your day. I love it. I love this practice. And thank you for joining me. So come lie on your back or stay seated and just pause for a moment, bring your hands to your heart. And just think of the things that you're grateful for today. 21st of April, 2020, the 21st day of grow. The trees have greened up amazingly in the last 3 weeks. The grass is growing ferociously. There's loads of eggs under Brownie, the duck. The geese are all sitting on their eggs. It's just beautiful. And feel it in your body, that sense of gratitude. Maybe let your face soften. And gratitude can be literally, I'm so grateful I made my tea this morning, or whatever it might be. Be really mundane in what you're grateful for, because it's the small things that change our lives. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me. It is truly a pleasure in my life. And so I'll see you all tomorrow. And yeah, how amazing. Day 22. How lovely. Bye. So cool. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. If you want any information about Nother, about the yoga, about how to pay, if you wanted to, info@nother.com, and you'll get my awesome sister Sinead. So thanks for joining me. If you're feeling like this is a cool thing in your life, that you're enjoying it, that you're feeling the benefit that it brings you wellness, then you can subscribe to my channel. You can tell your friends. Yeah, we're really excited about growing this community, and we feel like we have something to give, and that, yeah, the more people who find out about this, the more wellness there is, which is pretty awesome in my books. Thanks. Be well, be you, be awesome, and I will see you tomorrow. Ciao for now.